Hello, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Which would you rather have? A prosperous Wall Street or a healthy Main Street? That's sort of the question that's been perplexing in the last several days with this very dynamic stock market situation. A lot of push and pull between fear of rising interest rates, the bond market, and these tax cuts and real job growth here in the United States. It's been a fascinating time. You know, with the fear with the new Federal Reserve Chairman, Jerome Powell, coming aboard, there's a lot of fear in the stock market and in the markets as to what is going to happen down the road with these raising interest rates to try to stave off inflation fears. Well, not everyone can be happy. And we all know that the stock market is very much inflated and is due for a correction. And just recently we saw what is considered a correction, a 10% decline in the markets. But I'm really not all that fearful myself. But a lot of people are scared when they hear about the market going down multiple hundreds and maybe even thousands of points in a day's time or several days' time. And they begin to wonder, is there going to be a stock market crash? Well, my view is that the markets have been so overly inflated with these cuts in interest rates. There was a time not too long ago when there was a talk of a possibility to further stimulate cash flow, negative interest rates, like we've seen in other countries around the world, as their only tool left in the box. We've had quantitative easing, 3 rounds of them, and really it's still going on. You have a Congress here in the United States that is very close to record spending here in the United States, more money being spent that really we don't have to spend. And you and I, we are limited to the amount of money we spend. This is an example of money that we have, and it's representative mostly in digital form in our checking accounts. Those numbers mean something in there, and you can only draw on them so much. And yes, you can borrow against other banks that have these dollars to loan to you, but you have to pay them back with interest. And you have to make the minimum payment at the very least. And even that is much better than what the federal government does here in the United States. And what the markets do, the overly inflated, all the derivatives that are out there. But you know, my view, if I had to choose between the two, I would go for Main Street any day of the week. It is the small business that is the foundation and the bedrock, backbone of this country. And eventually the stock market will recognize it and see it and react accordingly. The real economy is what we should be concerned with. I've always thought that the stock market was an indicator of a fluffer, high, a dream of an economy that they wish they could have. But we had a lot of very slow recovery over the last probably 8 years or so. The stock market has gone up to record highs during that time. And now it's going up even higher and higher. And finally we're seeing a correction. What will that turn out to be in the long run? Well, if tomorrow we see another day of a drop like we saw in the last few days, well, it's anyone's guess. But with all said and done, the market is so high, it could withstand several of these drops before there's any real concern. Some people say this correction is long overdue. Some people say it's about time. Others are very fearful. Whatever happens with the stock market, as long as Main Street stays strong, I think we're all really good in the long run. Because I think that as long as there is money flowing between real businesses and the real economy, the stock market will react accordingly and bounce back in time. But fear not, be not concerned, because these dollars, the real dollars that are spent in the real economy, and this money here is real money. It's silver. And this is the stuff that is what protects us in times of economic instability, whether or not Main Street or Wall Street are successful or prosperous or not. Holding silver and gold will protect you. But make no mistake, the liquidity of real dollars and spending real dollars is crucial in a good economy, a strong and stable dollar. And my feeling, as long as Main Street is doing okay and businesses are making money and hiring, then I'm not as concerned about Wall Street, to be honest with you. So post your thoughts below, and always realize that the backbone of the economy is the flow of real dollars, and the backbone of real dollars in our minds that protects us, the insurance, is precious metals. Indeed. So just keep that in mind, and I think we'll be okay. So post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.